Purpose. Love coach, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm okay. The Lord is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We notice, and so many of us know, that a lot of people do not understand why they are here. A lot of people do not understand what we call purpose. So many people just wander around the life, this great life the Lord has given us, without purpose. When you look at it, go out on the streets there are so many people just wandering around. Why? Because they have no purpose to their life. Even the marriage, we talked about marriage. A lot of people get divorced, husband beating wife, wife beating husband, stabbing one another. Why is this so? Because they don't understand the purpose of marriage.
Yeah.
So many people go to the university and they come out of the university with degrees, but yet no satisfaction.
About because they don't know the purpose.
They don't know the purpose of the university. Yeah. We're going to talk about all these things today. Even the politicians, perhaps I see them as the most clever people. People call them leaders. No, I don't think they are leaders. They are rulers. They are thieves. I say it boldly. Many politicians all over the world are thieves. They have only one purpose: to steal. Don't tell them I told you.
To kill.
To steal. And and to destroy purpose, to destroy future of our people. But when you have leaders among them, they lead by example. They lead by example. And these are the people we pray for in Nigeria. Not all these criminals all over the place. Now, when we look at it, we say purpose.
Yeah.
What is purpose? Purpose is the reason why you get up every morning. Purpose can guide your life, influence behavior, shape your goals. Purpose is that very thing that moves you, that very thing that you wake up and you think, wow, I love to do this. Now, let me just leave it there because I have the love coach here with me.
Or the life coach.
Who will help us look into it. One of his areas that the Lord has given him, is discovering purpose. He understands it, and that's why I bring him here today. Love coach, I welcome you once again.
Thank you.
The Lord bless you. The Lord bless you. Now, tell me, when we say purpose, what do we mean? What is purpose?
Purpose is a very big word. Purpose is a very big word. Without purpose, everything is useless. Without purpose, abuse is inevitable. Without purpose, abuse is rampant. Yet, a lot of people don't know about purpose. But purpose is the original intention in the mind of a creator. The original intention in the mind of a creator. The only place where purpose will be confusing or confounding is when you don't know the creator.
It means that everyone has a purpose.
Everyone walking the face of the earth has a purpose.
But why is it that many of them don't find it out?
They don't find it because they don't care to find it. Success is intentional. It is not accidental. If you go out to seek for your purpose, you'll find it. A lot of people are not looking for it. They're not paying attention to it. Everything you pay attention to manifests, grows. And so people don't pay attention to why their lives are not adding up. Because they are sometimes in the wrong places.
Are we saying everybody laboring, everybody under the weight of trouble here and there concerning the business they do, concerning the profession they do, doesn't mean they've not even discovered purpose?
You will agree with me that when you follow somebody who knows the road, you are more likely to get there faster than somebody who is doing trial and error. A lot of people you see are doing trial and error. And you don't blame them. They were not mentored. They were not pointed in the direction. And even when they see where they are being pointed, they don't pay attention to it.
I want to, from what you just said, I'd like to talk to our people, the listeners. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is so much pain in your life, you wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, I'm going to this work this morning again. It is most likely you have not found your purpose. Do you agree with me?
Where there is purpose, there is pleasure.
There's excitement.
There's pleasure in it. God does not give you anything or do anything for you with you and not add pleasure to it. If you know the pain of childbearing, a lot of people will not go to bed with anybody. But there's pleasure added to the childbearing. There's pleasure added to your purpose. When you find purpose, you are excited to wake up in the morning.
Exactly. It's
you
like
can't wait to get up in the morning. You can't wait to wake up in the morning. So much you want to do.
In the middle of the night, you get up.
You're excited.
You're excited to do it.
Because you're looking forward to achieving purpose. Because you're looking forward to attainment of purpose.
Let's look at it. What is purpose according to the Bible? What has the Bible got to say about purpose?
It's a simple thing. God said, let's make man in our own image, after our own likeness, for our own glory. Isaiah 43:7. If you check it out there, you will see it. God did everything for his own glory. Forget the fact that the world, the project was messed up. You know, but God did everything for his own glory. When you look at the book of Colossians from verse 17, he said that he might have preeminence over all that he has created. So everything was pointing in the direction of the Creator. Everything is pointing at glorifying the Creator. You don't do a thing except you have a reason for it. And sometimes when you do it, it's to glorify your name.
How do we find purpose? I mean, I will still come to the children. But as a man who has messed up his life, a man who is in his 40s, in his 50s, in his 60s, is it still possible to find purpose?
It is never too late to find purpose. You will agree with me that some people never got off to do what they were called to do until age 60, until age 50. Why? Because all along they were doing trial and error. Nobody showed them. But what you're doing today is going to help a lot of people discover faster. If you can discover faster, you get there faster. But it must also interest you to know that once purpose is accomplished, you won't have anything to do on the face of the earth. And so you'll be looking for a way to go to the next level. It's like passing out in university. You don't want to go back to that university.
I saw a video of Miles Monroe.
Yes.
At 64, he granted an interview just some months before he died. The interviewer,
he said he had done everything.
Well, he said he has done everything. He said, look, I don't even know why I'm here. At 64, you know, it was when purpose is not known, you start appealing to long life.
Yeah.
You start saying, oh, I want to live up to 70, 80. Miles Monroe said, I am 64. I don't even know why I'm here. All the books I need to write, I've written. All the countries I need to visit, I've visited. All the speech I need to give, I've given. Then they said, are you saying you are ready to die? He said, look, if death comes now, I'm glorious.
And a few months later,
he died. The way you die does not matter to God. You can go through, it could be fire,
you could
disappear or whatever. But you can look at Miles Monroe, 64. He said, I have done all God has called me to do. I look at Paul also in the Bible. He said, I have finished my race.
Yeah.
And people who look at the age of Paul said maybe Paul was around 50 something then. Of course, it was not mentioned in the Bible, but some theologians look at it and that Paul was in his 50s.
Jesus
finished at 33.
Yes.
They lived according.
As soon as he accomplished purpose, he was out.
It was out.
Yes.
As long as you accomplish purpose, when I looked at all these things, I keep telling myself that, look, Bola.
So you're here because you need to do mentoring class.
Mentoring class.
And you need to teach people well.
I need to teach people well. I have a purpose.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm still looking forward to that accomplishment of the purpose of life. Look, by the time, if God gives you the opportunity of moving around the whole world, even before I am 64, I am ready to go. I am not here living because of any children. No. I am not here because the children will live their lives. But I'm here to accomplish my purpose. Please find out your purpose in life. And you will see the excitement you have. You will see how happy you will be all the days of your life. I am so happy to wake up around 2 a.m. Ask him. 2 a.m. I'll be here, working, writing. Because I have about 8 books today, I still have about 4 of them to write. Honestly, by the time I finish all these things, if God calls me home at 60, or at 64, or at 65,
at 90,
even if at 90, that means I still have a lot to do. But yeah. I am not that kind of person who say, I want to live up to 84. Doing what? If it has nothing to do with purpose, just because I want to live long, and then I become useless to my children. I become useless to the world. No, I am not praying for such things. I am planning to live according to the purpose of the living God. Search your purpose.
Yeah.
My next question, love coach.
Yeah.
Can we notice purpose from individuals' behavior? I'm coming. Let me explain it so that you understand.
The tree is in the seed. The tree is in the seed. Are you hearing me?
When you find a child who talks too much, blah, 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 that kind of thing, some parents would say, perhaps this daughter is a lawyer.
Definitely the child has a talking business. It has something to do with talking in its purpose. You don't send your children to primary school and give them university books.
No.
You don't send to university and give them primary school books. You give them gifts that will enable them accomplish what you are sending them to do. So one of the ways you find purpose is the gifts that you have. He won't give you the gifts if it was not for a purpose.
I look at when you have children so tall.
Yes.
Is that kind of a gift? Can we notice a gift in that?
Of course. Of course, the personality of a person, your personality is a gift. Because of the kind of people you mix with, because of the people you will teach, because of the people that you are going to exchange your life programs with, they need to see you look a certain way. And that will appeal to them to listen to you.
You mean if I have a son who is a 7-footer, 6-footer,
maybe he's a basketballer.
Maybe he's a basketballer.
Exactly.
Parents, are you listening to that?
Exactly.
You have children tall, but he's always at home sleeping, doing nothing.
Maybe he needs to do basketball.
Maybe he needs to do basketball. What are you doing, parents? We will still come to that question. How parents can assist their children to find their purpose. We'll come down there. If you have a child who knows how to dance, or you have a son who is so funny, the purpose is there. Let me give you a story of a lady called Gillian Barbara Lynn. Gillian Barbara Lynn, when he was in primary school, she was very unattentive. They looked at her all the time. When everybody is concentrating, listening to what they're doing in the class there, the child is not attentive. The mother became very sad. The daddy became very sad. Even the teachers became very sad.
Yeah.
They brought her out of that class, took her to another class, took her to another school, the same thing. At a stage, the mother came to the school to complain to the teachers. Check her out. Gillian Barbara Lynn, a Briton. Now, later they went to a school, and the headmistress of the school later found out that, look, this child is not totally useless. This child who could not concentrate in the class is not totally useless. Do you know what they did? One day, the principal brought the teacher somewhere. I mean, the teacher and the mother, they stood somewhere and they put music in the class with Barbara Lynn alone. Do you know what happened? This girl stood up. This baby stood up and she started dancing beautifully. Then the headmistress told the parents, your daughter is a dancer. Your daughter is not cut out for this academic something. Why don't you? Barbara Lynn went on to become, let me read it out there, become English ballerina, dancer, choreographer, actress, television director, noted for her theater choreography, associated with two of the longest running shows in Broadway history, Cats and the Phantom of the Opera. I'll give you another story. Winston Churchill, the British Prime Minister. This guy knew nothing when he was in primary school. They brought him out from this class to that class, from that class to that class, and the parents were very, very sad. Later, they realized that, let's take this boy to the military school. It was in the military school this boy excelled, became the British Prime Minister, a naval officer. Do you know what? This boy who was written off as a nobody, a child that could never do well in life. In 1953, Winston Churchill was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in Literature. It was in recognition not just for his writing, but for his commanding speeches, whose influence reverberated around the world. He became the longest serving Prime Minister of Britain. This was a boy who started as nobody in life. The parents wrote him off, all because we felt that the life is not about purpose. The life is about academic. We will come there.
Yeah.
Thinking it's about school. No. It's not about school. First of all, discover the purpose of God in your in the life of your son. And once you discover that, that is when the child will go to the school, to the university, to develop the talent. Your university is there to develop your talent, not just say, by all means you must go to the university. By all means you must be. There are so many people that God have created with skill, their hands. There's a man down there, a mechanic. Look, what engineers do not earn in their oil company, whatever, this man earns it in a day. Has almost about 1 acre of land, just purely for mechanic. All because he knows how to do it.
Exactly.
Love coach, I think the place of education and purpose, tell me about it. Is it all about education? Education, go to the university. By all means, you must go to the university. By all means, you must go to the university.
Education is to give you a foundation.
Exactly.
A pedestal on which you have to stand to fly. It's a weapon of liberation. It's to liberate you from timidity to the place of exposure where you can begin to do stuff, where you can begin to do things. You will agree with me that some of the world leaders today who are ruling the finance business and all of that, who are the richest, they were dropouts.
They were dropouts.
They were dropouts because they realized at a point, even in their education, that I don't need this.
I don't need this anymore.
I don't need this anymore.
Look at what do you call him? The computer man.
Exactly.
What's his name?
Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg. What, he dropped out? The computer man to the Windows man. What's his name now?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates dropped out. The Apple man. Many of them.
Exactly.
Please, parents, let us discover the purpose of God in our lives and in the lives of our children. We will come to that.
So education gives you the basics. When you learn the basics, you are good to go. You know, it is only when you want to become an academician and all of that, a specialist, that you begin to keep furthering that education. But if you discover purpose, well, you need to divert and pursue purpose.
Pursue purpose.
Yeah.
What I mean, are you saying that those who do not know purpose cannot do well in life?
It is difficult to do well because you are out of line. You are out of purpose. Purpose gives energy. You know, when you work hard, you get tired, right?
Yeah.
But when you are working in purpose, when you remember your project, it energizes you.
It energizes you, yeah.
It's like you're a pastor, and then you're tired, maybe you're coming from work, and somebody picks up a scripture and wants you to explain. You discover that the tiredness flies out of the window. You are very conscious, you become very vibrant, and you are able to explain that. So one of the ways you can know that this is your purpose is the energy that comes with it. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Now, let me quickly tell you that if you want to, let me give you a little understanding of it, so that you know how these young people can go about it. You can use the word shape, an acronym. Use shape. Your spiritual gifts. First of all, you are a spirit before you are, body. Are you hearing me?
Talk to them.
So you are a spirit before you are a body. Your spirit has a gift, an invisible gift, and it's only known by you. That spirit, that gift is a pointer to what you are called to be. The second one is your heart. What's your heart desire? What hurts your heart that you want to correct? What is hurting your heart that you want to correct? What you're hurting? Maybe you hate to see poverty, and you say, look, if I ever get money, I will help all the poor people in Nigeria. Like some people say, well, I want to correct poverty in Nigeria. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
And so your heart hurts, and your desire to change around the situation is a pointer to what you are called to do. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
SHA, your abilities. What do you do effortlessly? What do you do effortlessly?
Without payment, without anything.
Exactly, you love to do
it.
Somebody said, they are paying me money for what I could have done for free.
Michael Jordan there. That's one thing I want to bring from there. Michael Jordan, you can see him tall. He discovered that, look, with my height, I can play basketball.
Exactly.
And then I can use this to destroy the pains, the poverty around me as a black man in America.
And
then he started playing basketball. And can you imagine the record he made in his life there? He said they were paying me millions for things I would have done for free.
Exactly. There are certain things you want to do, even though they don't want to. Let me just do it.
Let me just do it.
Let me just do it.
This guy will play basketball morning, afternoon, night.
Exactly.
Even without being paid. And imagine.
And so what do you want to do all day long and you're not tired?
P.
P is your passion. Passion is power. Whatever you are passionate about is an indication of what you are called to do. Let me give you an example. A man who has no passion has no power. When you are not passionate, you become impotent. Are you hearing me? Just like a man looking at his wife, in a 90 and he's not feeling anything. It becomes impotent. It's impotent to perform. When you don't feel that drive, that passion there becomes impotent.
What is E?
What is E? E are your experiences. What area of your life have you suffered in the hands of your enemies?
Wow.
Your enemies will not be pursuing you if you are not carrying anything.
Anything. Wow.
If you are pursued in any area of your life so hard, it is because of what you are carrying.
That's the next question to you now. How do you turn pain into purpose?
First and foremost, by discovering that your pain is your purpose. Your passion, your purpose is in your pain.
Your pain, yeah.
Your purpose is in your pain. When you discover that this pain is trying to cripple me from my passion, then you arise to it.
Yeah.
You arise to it. When you arise to it, you find that when you overcome, you teach a lot of people. You teach a lot of people. Some of the things that you go through that is like there's no solution. It is because God wants you to be a deliverer in that arena.
How do we react to this when people do what they love? They have passion for it. Naturally, they are happy doing it, but it does not put food on their table. How do we go with that? It does not bring money to them. How do we react?
Everything brings money. Everything brings money. I told you about, now there are places where you go and just listen to people and they pay you money for listening. There are places where you go and watch videos and they pay you money for watching videos. The issue is that you have not explored it enough. That's why it's not bringing money. I told you about the girl who went to school by smiles.
Okay.
She just knew how to smile, and the smile won the hearts of so many people that the day it was said that she had an admission and there was nobody to pay her school fees, everybody contributed because of the smile.
Because of the smile. Wow.
Are you hearing me? There's nothing, whether you're cooking food, whether you're a tailor, whatever you are, if you can pay attention enough to it, there's a way to turn it around for people who love that service, and you make money out of it. Of course, you know the story of the big man who was carrying poo-poo and made millions.
I made millions from it.
Yeah.
Good. Shit money is good business, they say. In Africa, do we understand purpose at all? Do we understand purpose in this part of the world?
We have an issue. We have an issue of leadership. We have an issue with mentoring. Are you hearing me? A lot of people, a lot of us are not mentored. A lot of our school programs do not teach us these things we're talking about. In school curriculum, you don't see how to know the purpose of your life. I don't know if you.
I don't even think the secondary school, the university, co-opt people's purposes into the school curriculum. How to teach them.
Yeah, how to teach them, like how to make money and take care of yourself. Do they teach something like that?
No, they don't do that.
And so it's about mentorship. It's about leadership. And because it's lacking, that's why a leader just wants to go grab money. Are you hearing me? He's not interested in the business. How would you say, I want you to be my servant, as it were, and you are bribing me that you want to be my servant? It's because your purposes are not right.
Your purposes are not right, exactly. That's why I say
I should be the one begging you to say, look.
Can you imagine the number of people vying for position? It's like they have nothing else to do. It's like there's no any other business in Nigeria.
Because their purposes are wrong.
Politicians, let me tell you, you are a thief. Politicians, Nigerian politicians, you are all thieves. Because we can just imagine.
It hasn't come to that.
It hasn't come to that. We are not happy with them. We are not happy with them.
It hasn't come to that. This is not the program for your revenge. And so the last thing I like to talk about is your epitaph or death. When you are dead and gone, what would you be remembered for? Check the activities and your antecedents and see how it has gone. What would you want to be remembered for when you are passed on from this planet? Now, that is a pointer to what you are called to do. Now, it is important to let you know that nobody can tell you specifically what you are called to do. It's from the inside.
It's from the inside. It's from the inside.
It is the seed.
You discover it
from the inside.
From the inside.
It's the seed that brings about the plant or the tree. It is not the other way around. It's not the external factors. It is from the internal position that you begin to discover. So, this is what I'm called to do. And that's why we all need to reflect every day we wake up.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful. Let's look at the last question I want to look at. Now, we can hardly do this without looking at the church, because we also represent the church there.
Yeah.
Should the church be teaching things like this? And is the Nigerian church or the African church looking into areas like this? Purpose? I mean, are they really helping in this area?
Purpose is the essence of the church. Purpose is the essence of the church. The reason God brought the church is to show how it should be. Is to show how it should be. And so purpose is the number one thing that the church should be teaching us.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Today we treated the topic purpose, discovering your purpose. We thank God that I believe you've learned something today.
Yeah.
I believe you learned something today, and I hope that you will look at it, share it, show it to your children so that they will understand purpose, and you will assist your children to discover the purpose of our Lord in their lives. Love Coach, I thank you so much.
It's my pleasure to be
Thank
here.
you so much. The Lord be with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, my brothers and
Thank you so
sisters. The Lord be with you. Bye.